everyone, welcome to the prequel. My bad. The prequel to 7 Days of Congress. Today I am doing my base routine, so it goes from skincare all the way to like blush, bronzer, highlight, that kind of stuff. And it's going to be what I use in every single video. And then I'm just going to show you the eye looks, the lip, and yeah, and the other ones. So just like the last couple of years. Anyways, I hope you guys like this. I also filmed I also filmed my Western Pleasure look, which I think is day 4 or 3, but that's what this is, so that's why I'm looking like this. And yeah, if you guys are interested in appointments at the Congress this year, I will leave a link to my Facebook and Instagram and my email down below. You'll just have to message me for an appointment. I will be there the 17th through the 26th. So if you need appointments, hurry up and book them because they go fast, especially on showmanship days. Alrighty, let's get into this. So I'm going to be filming this part of the video as well as another video for 7 Days of Congress kind of at the same time. So I'm going to have eyeshadow on later on in the video, so don't be alarmed, I'm going to look kind of weird. So to start off, the first thing you want to do is your skincare. It's super important, especially in like October in Ohio. The weather is always insane at the Congress. It's usually like warm and sunny in the beginning and then freezing by the end, so your skin is gonna just go crazy, especially if you're coming from a different climate. Like I'm in Arizona and I go to Ohio, and even in Arizona my skin is dry, but I go to Ohio and it just sucks the life out of my skin. So skin prep is gonna be very important. It's gonna make your makeup look the best it can. If you can start doing these steps, I mean, you should do them morning and night every single day. However, try to start these steps before you even get to the Congress, and then your makeup's gonna look even better. The first thing you want to do in a skincare routine, which I am gonna do a more in-depth video of skincare later on, but you want to cleanse your skin morning and night. Get all the dirt, grease, oils, all that off of your face. I like the Philosophy Purity Cleanser. It's one of my favorites. It's super simple, but anyways, then you're going to go into a hydrating serum. I have very dry skin, so I like an oil-based serum. This is the Josie Maran Argan Milk. Super hydrating, very lightweight, great under makeup. I also really like the Drunk Elephant Hydra. This is like a mini size, but the full bottle is like this big. This one's really going to be great for people with more oily skin. I love it even on my dry skin, but it's just not as intensely hydrating as the Argan oil. So I rub this in all over my skin. It's a really nice lightweight serum. I go under the eyes, I go for the lips. My lips are super dry. That's another part that is so hard with the Congress. Everyone's lips are so dry. Then you're going to want to go in with moisturizer. Again, everyone's skin is different, so there's going to be ones that are more hydrating. There's going to be ones that are more for dry or for oily skin, so they're not quite as hydrating. And then there's something right in the middle. This is the Lancome Hydras Zen. I really like it because it's super lightweight. It does the trick even on my dry skin. I kind of use this one during the day and then a thicker, more hydrating one at night. But lightweight gel consistencies are going to sit the best under makeup as opposed to a thick cream. Like at night I like to use either the Tatcha Dewy Skin or the Drunk Elephant Lala Retro, but they're both very thick, rich. They really help to restore your skin, but they're a little harder to use under makeup because they're so thick. Then I go in with an eye cream. Right now I'm using the Drunk Elephant Sea Tango. Sometimes I like to mix this with that Bee Hydra serum from them, so it's just a really thin, lightweight product to go under the eyes. But I just take a little tiny bit, and you're supposed to kind of tap it in. I get lazy and start to rub, but this is very delicate skin under your eyes, but it also gets super dry. So then your concealer looks really creasy and dry, so this will help with that. The last step for morning skincare is sunscreen. This is the Lancome UV Expert Aqua Gel Defense 50 sunscreen. I really like it because it's lightweight. It gives me a nice glow, which I enjoy, and it's going to protect your skin from the sun. Super important to start protecting your skin now because all the skin cancer and I mean, sun just does a number on your skin, and us being horse people, we're gonna be in the sun a lot, so try your best to wear sunscreen, face and body. And I always like to use a lip mask. This is the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. I use this on clients, I use this on myself. I put it on at the beginning of my makeup and then at night as well. It just nicely hydrates your lips, makes them nice and plump and not feel dry when you're wearing a liquid lipstick all day that is super dry and matte. So then this step is optional, but I like to spray my face with something. I have the Caudalie grape water. It's literally just grape water. It just helps to plump your skin. I also have like setting sprays and hydrating mist, but this one's relatively inexpensive and I really like how it makes my face feel. Okay, now I'm gonna go jump into another video, do my eye makeup, and then I will be right back. Okay, I told you guys I was gonna come back looking a little crazy, so here we are. I'm like a hot pink panda right now. But don't mind that, this is the Western Pleasure look. And yeah, let's just go into foundation and whatnot. So the first thing you want to do is prime your skin. Everyone's skin is going to be different, so it depends if you're oily or dry. However, I always use this Hourglass Veil Primer because it makes your makeup waterproof, whether someone has dry skin or oily skin. It's more for oily skin, but if you have dry skin, what I do is mix it in with something more hydrating. So today I'm going to use the Flower Beauty Perfecting Primer. This is one of my favorites, and I'm going to mix it with the Hourglass one. Then for foundation, again, it depends on your skin, but I'm going to use something a little bit more universal. This is the Too Faced Peach Perfect Foundation. It's a gel foundation that does dry more matte. So again, targeted a little bit more towards oily skin. However, because it's a gel, it's not too dry for dry skin. I also love the Too Faced Born This Way. That's another bomb one. So for me, I'm going to use, by the way, this shade's probably going to be dark. I'm using a sponge to apply it just to add as much hydration as possible to my skin. So just a couple tips on foundation. One, you want to match the foundation to the color of your body, not your face. Typically our faces are lighter than our bodies just because we, well, one, a lot of people wear sunscreen on their face, but two, we exfoliate the skin cells on our face a lot faster than our bodies. So even though you might be way lighter on your face than your body, you want to match it to your body so that when you have it on, you look one color. Number two, so I like to bring it down my neck, whether it matches me well or not, because there's always a chance it's going to look different in different lightings. So I always bring it down the neck a little bit just to help it blend into the body. Number three is blend it into the hairline to make sure, again, our scalp is going to be a little lighter because we have hair covering it. So I don't know if you guys can see, but my scalp is significantly lighter. So you want to blend it just up into your hairline. And then number four would be to blend onto your ears, because again, our ears are a lot lighter than the rest of us. Next, I'm going in with concealer. I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. I like this one a lot because it has good coverage and it's nice and thin, but it's also hydrating and good coverage. So I go under the eyes, down the nose, the forehead, and the chin. This is going to add dimension to our face and have a nice, it's going to bring out the high points of our face and make it a little bit more accentuated instead of having all one color and it being flat. Next, I'm going to set my face with powder. This is the Hourglass Veil Primer powder. This is my favorite powder on dry skin, especially because it doesn't look dry. I love to use this under my eyes as well. You can use it on the face. I typically don't set my face much because I have drier skin, so I avoid as much powder as possible. But if you're going to, this is the one to do it with. And I like to set my forehead creases because my forehead gets creases because there's little wrinkles there. Then I'm just going to lightly set this area so that it's easier to blend product on top of. Next, I like to go in with highlighter. I like to do highlighter before bronzer and stuff because then when you blend the other products, it also blends out the line of highlight that you could potentially have. So I'm using the Give Me Glow Cosmetics Highlighting Palette. These are really intense, which I love. However, you might not like an intense highlight. So if you use these, go super light-handed or just find another product that works for you. I think I'm going to take a White Noise right here. Taking a little bit of the one directly under it to make it a little bit more skin tone colored. That would be Champagne and Lilies. Champagne and Lilies. Then taking a little bit of that mixture on my finger, I'm going to hit the tip of my nose. I like a nose highlight. Some people don't. Totally up to you. Now I like to contour my nose for horse shows or like events. So I'm using the Milani Contour and Highlight Stick. This is number 2. And I just take a little bit on my brush. I just use it's a cream contour. I think they look the most natural on my skin. I'm just very lightly going to go up the side of my nose. Who is texting me? The reason I like to do that is just because when I have a full face of makeup on, I feel like my nose just kind of gets like bleh right in the middle. So it adds a little bit more dimension back to my face. Now I'm going to go in and contour my face. So I'm going in with some MAC sculpting powders. I always forget the names of these and I covered them up on the back with magnets. But one of them is like Sculpt and one is Shade Stir, I think. Something like that. So for horse shows, I like a more intense contour. So I'm going to use, this is a Violet Voss brush, came in a set, but it's dense as you can see. And it's really nice to fit right into the contour of your cheek. I'm just using a mixture of these two colors. And then I'm going to start by stamping it from the top of my ear in towards the corner of my mouth. Then I press it upwards just to blend it out. Now, contouring and highlighting is really important for horse shows just because you lose the definition of your face when you're at such a far distance from the judge when you're riding. So I think of it just like dancers. Dancers wear a lot of makeup. However, you don't notice it because they have to put on the extra makeup due to the lights that are reflecting on them. It just washes them out completely. So horse showing is in a similar idea. You want to bring back that dimension at a far away distance. Then I go in and bronze my skin, and my favorite, or one of my favorites, is Capri Coast by Becca. It is a nice glowy bronzer, and it just makes everything look super smooth and blended. Next up is blush, and blush is very dependent on the look that you have on your eyes. However, a really good go-to is Blush Baby by MAC. It's a nice mauve color that really goes with everything. Just looks very natural. However, I sometimes like to do something more berry or something more like bright orange, or kind of depending on my look, I like to match it sometimes. So at this point, I'm going to set my face with a setting spray. A setting spray locks your makeup into place. It helps all the powders sink in so everything looks more natural. It also is going to help it last longer, which is the most important part of horse shows. You want it to last. So for me, I'm going to use the Catrice Dewy Setting Spray. Naked, or the Urban Decay All Nighter, I almost forgot the name of it, is my go-to for horse shows just because it really helps to make your makeup last longer. Sometimes I do a combination of different setting sprays. This one I like because I have dry skin and I like to look very glowy and dewy. So I like this because it helps to hydrate. However, sometimes I will go in with both. Now I'm just going to go ahead and finish my eye makeup and my lips, and then I will be right back to close out this video. And this is the completed base and Western Pleasure look, as a matter of fact, but more importantly, the base makeup. I hope you guys like this, and stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed so that you get notified every time I post a video, including the 7 Days of Conquest videos.